the ticket price. This does not shock me at all. What did I say earlier? The WNBA was about to F around and find out, and these rival teams were going to be in a lot of trouble. Well, they're fine.
The collapse in ticket prices didn't come out of nowhere. For some observers, this was inevitable. The WNBA had been riding an incredible wave of hype, media attention, viral moments, and surging fan interest. But beneath all that excitement, there was a quiet concern. Was this growth truly sustainable, or was it being carried by one singular force? Because in sports, we've seen this before. When a league leans too heavily on one superstar, the success can feel explosive, but fragile. Everything looks strong on the surface, until that one piece is removed. And when it is, reality hits fast. That's exactly what's happening here. The warning signs were always there. The question is, did anyone take them seriously?
The Caitlin Clark effect has been a net positive for the WNBA and all of its teams. But the star guard expected to miss a minimum of 2 weeks. The league will see the flip side of her impact, and there are already initial data points. This is front office sports. No conspiracies, no BS from them.
Before everything changed, the WNBA was experiencing what felt like a breakthrough moment. Ticket sales were surging. Arenas were filling up. Games that once struggled for attention were suddenly must-see events. Fans weren't just watching, they were investing. Spending more money, traveling to games, creating a real buzz that spread from social media to sports bars across the country. It felt like the league had finally crossed into mainstream relevance. There was optimism everywhere. Analysts talked about a new era. Teams expanded venues. Prices climbed higher than ever before. For a moment, it truly looked like the WNBA had found its formula for long-term success. But what if that success wasn't as stable as it seemed?
To hit the panic button 48 hours after news hits that Caitlin Clark is injured and she'll be missing 2 weeks, the market has responded, and the market has told the WNBA, we don't want this. We want her, but we don't.
Then came the turning point, an injury announcement. Not season-ending. Not career-threatening. Just a couple of weeks on the sidelines for Caitlin Clark. On paper, it shouldn't have been a big deal. Star players miss time all the time. Leagues are supposed to be resilient enough to handle that. But this was different. The reaction wasn't gradual. It was immediate. Demand didn't slowly dip, it dropped. Fast. Fans who had been eager to attend games suddenly hesitated. The excitement cooled almost overnight, and that's when it became impossible to ignore. Her presence wasn't just important, it was driving everything.
Chicago Sky can't sell out their own 9,000-something seat arena like it is. They couldn't when they were kind of decent. They're a dumpster fire now. And now that Caitlin Clark is injured, the ticket prices for the Fever and Sky game just plummeted to Hades.
The numbers told the story better than anything else could. Tickets that were once selling $4.80 dropped to $25. Premium matchups lost more than half their value in a matter of days. Across multiple games, prices fell by 40%, 50%, even 70%. That's not normal fluctuation. That's a market correction. Fans weren't just less interested, they were actively pulling back. People who had already bought tickets started reselling them. Prices kept dropping as supply flooded the market and demand disappeared. It wasn't subtle. It was a loud, clear signal. Without Caitlin Clark, the product felt different, and fans responded accordingly.
They stink now. Yeah, it's about me too. No, it's not, and this is proof.
Teams didn't just benefit from the hype, they bet on it. Some made bold, high-risk decisions based on the expectation that demand would continue to explode. Games were moved to significantly larger arenas, including NBA-sized venues with 20,000+ seats. That kind of move sends a message: confidence. Belief that the demand is real and sustainable. But when Clark was ruled out, that confidence turned into exposure. Instead of packed crowds, there were empty sections. Instead of electric energy, there was a noticeable drop in atmosphere. What was supposed to be a statement moment became a cautionary example. It wasn't just about one game, it was about a strategy that suddenly looked fragile.
To games over the next 2 weeks have dropped 42% since Caitlin Clark's injury announcement, an average ticket price of $137, all the way down to $80.
This situation highlighted one of the most important and often misunderstood truths in sports. Not all stars are equal. You can be famous. You can have millions of followers. You can dominate headlines. But being a draw, someone who consistently puts people in seats, is a different level entirely. Caitlin Clark has that effect. Her games feel like events. People don't just want to watch, they feel like they have to be there. And that's rare, because when she's gone, the drop-off isn't small, it's massive. And that gap is what separates popularity from true economic impact.
People are selling their tickets, definitely can't get face value, so what do? They just continue to lower and lower and lower and lower and lower the price. This isn't all resellers, folks. Hate to break it to you. A majority of these are everyday normal people. A majority of these are everyday normal people who watch Caitlin Clark in Iowa, watch her in her first year in Indiana, said, man, I want to watch that. I want to go to those games. I want to experience that. They won't be able to experience it.
With Clark out, attention shifted quickly. Could someone else step up? Could another star carry the momentum? All eyes turned to Angel Reese. She's a major personality. A recognizable name. Someone with strong branding and a big following. On paper, she seemed like the obvious candidate to fill that gap. But the numbers told a different story. Even with her presence, ticket prices continued to fall. Interest didn't recover. The same level of excitement simply wasn't there. And that's not necessarily a criticism, it's a reality check. Carrying a league isn't just about visibility. It's about consistent demand. And that's a much harder thing to generate.
I mean, it's more statistical proof, data, to confirm exactly what we've been saying, that Caitlin Clark is driving this whole ship, this whole bus. She's driving it. Everybody else, get in the back. Get in the back.
The impact goes far beyond ticket prices. When arenas aren't full, everything else suffers. Concessions, merchandise, parking, sponsorship, visibility. All of it depends on people showing up, and when they don't, the losses stack up quickly. The WNBA was already dealing with financial challenges, reportedly losing tens of millions annually. This situation only adds pressure. Because now the concern isn't just growth, it's stability. If one player's absence can trigger this kind of drop, what does that say about the overall business model?
The marquee matchup in the WNBA, like it or love it, rivalry or not, Chicago Sky, Indiana Fever, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, that is the marquee matchup in the WNBA, and those tickets are crashing just as well. From $86 48 hours ago to $25. And by the time June 7th rolls around, it might cost you a bag of Skittles and some Lay's potato chips to get in there.
What we're seeing is a classic case of over-reliance. The league's recent success, while real, appears heavily concentrated around one player. That's a dangerous position for any organization, because injuries happen. Rest is necessary, and opportunities outside the league always exist. If your entire momentum depends on one person being available at all times, you don't have a stable system. You have a fragile one. And that's the real issue being exposed here.
And we have plenty of evidence that proves Angel Reese is not qualified to carry the league.
So now the WNBA faces a critical question: what comes next? This isn't just about recovering from a short-term dip. It's about building something that can last. Something that doesn't rise and fall based on one name. That means developing more stars, creating deeper storylines, building rivalries and identities that fans connect with beyond a single player, because the potential is still there. The interest is real, but for long-term success, it has to be bigger than one superstar. Otherwise, this cycle could repeat itself again, and next time, there might be even bigger.